Welcome to the Brand Marketing Podcast, where we talk to local superheroes and hear how they got their start, overcame obstacles, and used social media to achieve their marketing goals. Here's this week's episode.
I want to welcome you guys. Today we have a special guest with us. Coming live is Trey Traylor. What's up, Trey?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Everything's good. So I'm going to allow him to introduce himself. But before we start, Trey is a singer, songwriter, internet superstar. I'm going to let him tell his story. But the reason why he's on today is because he runs a brand called True Skincare. I know a lot of our listeners, our audience members, they're currently, launching their business. They're starting out. So I wanted to get Trey on just to talk about his story and tell us how he got started and how he overcame some of the struggles that he had just starting his own brand. So again, Trey, what's up, man?
How you doing, man? So, really what made me get into skincare was because I had really growing up, I had really bad skin, hyperpigmentation, a lot of acne, puberty stages. I got started hitting puberty.
Right.
And, nothing would work. Nothing would work for me. I was on a different dermatologist. They would give me chemical peels. The chemical peels would burn my face. It wouldn't work. They would give me lightening creams. It wouldn't work, and stuff like that. So I actually started using some products, and then it worked for me. And I was like, and they're natural based. So I was like, It worked for me. So I know it'll work for, a lot of other people. So that's what made me want to create it. Cause I know having bad skin is it's a real uncomfortable thing when first thing people see when they, when they look at you. So that inspired me to just be I want to sell, you know what I'm saying? This product. So, I had some soap, some skincare soap.
Mm-hmm.
It's I have some for sensitive skin and some for more acne prone. I got one, it's a lemon-based care. It's a lemon-based soap, and the other one is a carrot-based soap. And the carrot for more severe acne, and the lemon-based soap is for more sensitive skin. Then I also have two different lightening creams, for if you have a mild case of pigmentation or dark spots, dark areas, you could use that. If it's a little bit more severe, then I got a stronger one. And then I'm also selling sunscreen, and I'm gonna expand soon, start selling more stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, don't go too far, man, because we're definitely gonna jump into that. We're gonna save that for the end. But before we get there, the one question I want to start with. So from what I just heard, you started the brand basically based off of a passion to improve what you were going through. So you actually had a situation where you couldn't find anybody to help your own skin, so you decided to kind of do the research and do it yourself, correct?
Right.
All right, awesome. So I noticed that you're on Shopify, which a lot of our clients are people that come to us when they're like, hey, I want to start an e-commerce site. They're going to go to Shopify first. And I'm a big fan of Shopify. They're the most popular. But why did you pick Shopify?
I like Shopify because I felt like Shopify was just because I actually started with what was it called? It wasn't Wix.
Was it WooCommerce? Did you have WooCommerce?
It wasn't. It was man, I can't even remember what I started with. But I was on a whole nother website for a year. When I True Skincare, I didn't originally start from using Shopify, but then I actually it was a lady that I know that also sells skincare products, and she uses Shopify, and she's been doing it for about 10 years. So I actually ended up telling me no, I should use Shopify. She was it offered this, that, you know what I'm saying? She started giving me good reasons on why I should use it. And I actually gave it a try, and she helped me set it up. And I like it the most because it's just way easier. It shows you analytics. It shows how many people on your website. It shows where the people clicking from, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're promoting. It shows what what's bringing in the most, which app is bringing in the most traction to you. Is, you know what I'm saying? It adds up all of you. It add up you just can see everything.
Analytics, yeah.
The states, the cities, you know what I'm saying? they have everything. So
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, for sure. Like the one thing I like about Shopify too is, like you said, the analytics and be able to see the data, like where you're getting the traffic from.
yeah,
And the other thing I like too is the apps. I think Shopify has the most apps. So if you want to add on different apps to your
mhm.
e-commerce platform or to your shop, you could do that for sure. So let's go back to the first year. So you've been in business for a couple of years. So just like every other business owner, I'm sure the first year was kind of rough. So what was one of your big struggles you had in the very beginning, and how did you overcome that struggle?
One of the struggles was one of the biggest struggles. It really was what I wanted to call it, and um, what I wanted to call it. How would I say what I wanted to call it, and the logo, like
The
how I
branding, the
logo,
whole branding.
the whole branding of it was like, because I wanted to make sure I'm big on just like, worldwide. So I'm like, I want my logo to look as if I was
Right.
going to Walmart or, any grocery store, any, you know what I'm saying, store that sell skincare products. I want mine to look like, professional.
Legit. Mhm.
I want it to look like it belong on like you know, a shelf inside of. So
Now that makes a lot of sense. Like branding is super important because,
yeah,
like you just said, like you're competing against bigger brands, and your personal brand is one that exudes, luxury and confidence. So I'm sure that you want your product to match.
yeah. So it was both things. Like I wanted it to just I wanted it. I didn't like because I went through like a bunch of different logos before
Okay.
finding like the right one that I felt
Okay.
looked, like eye pleasing. Where it's like okay,
Yeah.
and then I also people want to spend their money. I want them to look at the product and and feel like they're getting their money's worth. So
The
I don't
value.
throw anything together and just be like here.
Now that makes a lot of sense. So what's the biggest lesson that you've learned so far? So I know you come from a background where you're more of an entertainer. You wear a different hat as opposed to a business owner. So from a business standpoint, what's like the number one lesson that you've learned so far running your business?
Um, you want to know what's great? It's really the same thing for me
Okay.
because me as
Let's
a
talk about
like a you know musician and stuff like that. I gotta brand myself. I promote myself on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta stay on top of everything. So when I started the business, really it was just like me, like I'm a worker. So it
that.
really was easy to me. It felt like I was already. It was just a new business. You know what I'm saying? It was
Right.
skincare business, but it's like it works the same way. If
Right.
that makes sense. It was like I still gotta make sure I'm on top of it. Make sure people get responded to. You know what I'm saying? I got products is getting out on time. It was the same thing. I got to make sure, I record
You're
a song
following up.
date.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure I record a song by this day. Make sure this get out by this time. So really, to me, it wasn't really. I was felt like second nature to me.
Right. Now that makes a lot of sense, especially if you have to stay on top of your personal brand, like we said before, to get things done. All you did was apply those same, I guess, behaviors you'd
Yeah,
say over to the skincare line and followed up that way, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
I feel like it was pretty much. Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, but you want to know like something that I learned. I mean,
All right, let's phrase it like this. If you could go back to 2 years ago and do anything different to make your business take off faster, what would that have been?
hmm, to make it take off faster.
Right. Because the first year of business is always the roughest. And by the second year, you're like, man, I wish I knew that last year because then I would have started implementing different systems, gotten help, either changing up some of the again processes, and it could be labor. But I know the first year for any business owner is always the toughest. And as they get to the year two, year three, they're like, okay, I see what I'm doing now. Things are going faster. We're moving more efficiently. But sometimes they'll go back and be like, hey, if I could go back to the very first year, I'd have never done this, or I'd have done this differently. So
Okay.
you never,
So
yeah.
I I feel like I would have added more products sooner.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. So tell me more.
It way different. So it was like because I think I have 5 different products that I sell, and
Right.
and I've been selling that for a couple years now. But I feel like I wish I would have started bringing in newer products like way sooner.
Gotcha. That's a good one though.
Yeah, like, just expanding it, making, maybe paying. It's just a lot of things I'm about to start doing different. Like I want to start, paying influencers to
There you go.
so just different stuff like that. Like I feel like I wish I would have started way sooner.
Right. But here's the thing though, don't beat yourself up too much though, because you really don't know what you don't know. And that's why, like, business is really just all about progress. And it's easy to go back, but you're saying that if you knew if you knew then what you know now, getting influencers on the team would be something that you would have added, and you would have started out with more products. Correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
just add that year, just adding. You know what I'm saying? Like adding.
Gotcha. All right, so
like
two more
products, and now I feel like I need to add new products, and I feel like I gotta, since I haven't added none, I feel like I gotta add so many. So now I'm like, well, so I'm trying to figure it out. But
I got you. So how has social media really impacted your business, good or bad?
I look at social media as if like it's a great thing. I feel like it's easier, and one of the reasons why is because you don't have to have a building to start the business. For people don't have to walk in, buy your products. It's like social media gives you the option to literally sell a product online. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's easier. I mean, it's not easy to build your brand on social media, but once you do build your brand, it's like, it's an amazing thing. So I feel like I encourage everybody, like whenever I meet somebody, they're like, well, how did you do this? How did you do that? Me and my brother, like, we started everything from social media. So
that's positive.
It's just promoting your business, making sure you reach it. You can reach people from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like it helped it in a major way. And I don't really think it made it anything bad. Like, I don't think it was a bad thing. I feel like it was a great thing.
Of course. Nah, love it. All right. So we're about to close out, but I got one more question for you. So we have a couple of people out there that might be thinking about starting. They're on the verge, but they haven't quite started quite yet. What would you tell anybody that's like in the process of starting their own business online? If it's a skin care product, if it's a clothing line, if they plan on selling their services online, what would you tell them to just encourage them to jump in?
I would just tell them to really just not overthink it. And, because one of the things about me that I learned about myself, I like everything. I like it to be great. You know what I'm saying? When I'm first starting it, and it's like, you got to pace yourself and grow. So you got to know that you got to start from somewhere. You can't just think you're going to be here, or be like, or how should I put it? You shouldn't stop yourself from doing it, or overthink actually put in the effort. Like, okay, now I want to start this. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel like these tools, or you know what I'm saying, you don't have this, you don't have that. Like, really think about what you do have and just start from there and actually start. You know what I'm saying? Because great things can't come unless you actually, put in the effort and work towards it. So that's just what I would just encourage them to really just do it, and make sure they dedicate it, make sure they consistent, because consistency is like a major thing. And yeah.
Awesome. Listen, I appreciate you. I know you're a busy man. Thanks for taking the time out with us. If we have anybody that's listening or watching that wants to support True Skincare, where can they go? Where can they find your brand? Where can they find you?
www.staytrue.com. True is not spelled TRUE, it's spelled TREU. Like my daughter's name. So yeah. So you can find www.staytrue.com. The pages on social media is all True Skincare, TREU Skincare, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So
listen, I appreciate it. All right, thanks for joining Agents and Owners Chit Chat today with Trey Traylor. I appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Peace.
Thanks for listening. The Brand Marketing Podcast is produced by Gladmash. To get access to more brand marketing tips, visit www.brandmarketingblueprint.com.